Hi everyone, welcome to the October 2017 Astrological Insights and My Musings. I'm Melinda Graham here, and I am trying something a little bit different for October. Usually I do a monthly audio podcast, so this time I'm doing a video one just to see if I like the flow a little bit better. So let me know in the comments below. I hope you had a fantastic September. September was a very trying time for a lot of people, especially the last few days of September. It seems like the last week it was just ratcheting up a lot of energy that's pulled up a lot of wounds, a lot of confusion, a lot of just second guessing ourselves, trying to figure out and discern where it is that we're going, what do we actually want in our lives, reevaluating stuff, and really letting go of a lot of the trash that we may be holding on against ourselves, and pushing through and not being so hard on ourselves, really taking care of ourselves mentally. It was a mental struggle and bind this last week of September. And as we move into October, we'll start to feel some more self-confident, a little more take charge of our lives, and we're coming out of that dark period of just a lot of mental intensity and just really coming into a self-confidence and really standing in our truth, finding that balance in our lives, in our relationships, especially because we start out in the beautiful sign of Libra, and it's all about balance, harmony, justice, peace, self-will, self-determination, just really getting ourselves to see where we have been out of balance and where we need to bring it back into our life. Maybe it's on a spiritual level. You have walked away, or not walked away, but stopped doing your meditations and prayers, not listening to your uplifting podcasts and music, bringing that back in. Feeling ungrounded emotionally, you're just like stuck and crying and worrisome. Just really tapping into that and really just sitting with that and seeing, why are my emotions feeling the way they are? Where can I bring some harmony and balance into my emotions? Really taking care of myself on an emotional level, physically, eating right, sleeping right. A lot of people have been saying, I can't get enough sleep. What's going on? We let that mental chatter has just really been just da-da-da-da-da. And so we have to, before we go to bed, just quiet our minds, get ourselves to peace, ask our angels and ancestors to just allow our minds to be quiet while we go to sleep, just so we can get that peaceful rest that we're looking for. Eating healthy. The temperatures are changing. It's dropping this weekend. So making sure, I just read a good quick article about making sure we're watching our sweets intake, taking that water, upping your vitamin D, getting some elderberry syrup. That's one of my favorite things to take. Just a drop or two, and you can put it in your orange juice or in your water, or just put a couple in your tea. In your tea, but under your tongue too. And really just continue to keep your immune system boosted so you won't have to get the flu shot, because I am an anti-flu shot. Don't tell anybody, but I don't do the flu shot. So I make sure I do my elderberry syrup, and I also use some other essential oils. Lavender, tea tree oil is another good one, mixed with orange, to really continue to boost and get you that vitamin C and making sure your body is being more healthy. Check out, I'll be doing some posts a little bit more on my IG with some elderberry syrup tips and essential oils tips for the fall and winter as we transition. So that's it. And also on a mental level, kind of with the emotionally, check in mentally. Am I depressed? Am I anxious? Am I frustrated? Am I struggling to hear myself? My self-confidence is weakened? Really check in with yourself on a mental level too. If you need that help of just navigating, what you're going through, I'm here to help you, coach you through that, or even seek out some, if you want to go even deeper, seek out some therapists. You can hit me up. I have a good resource for therapy, low-cost therapy that you can go to. Take advantage if you have a job employer. Take advantage. Some of them have EAP. My daytime job, we get 6 free therapy sessions a year. People take advantage of it. You don't have to go consecutively. You can maybe go 2 or 3 times just to work some things out and then go another time. Take advantage of those free opportunities that we have, or cheap and low cost ones too. You don't have to suffer alone. So many people think that you have to suffer alone. You don't. It's people like me and other healers and teachers out here and therapists that are here to assist you. We want to see you succeed in life. That is my goal, to empower you, to inspire you, and to heal you. If I can do that for you, I have done my journey for what I came here to do. I am so excited for October. So let's move on to October. So just going to quickly glance over my little list of things that I jotted down. I wanted to make sure that you celebrate the small gains this month, because we are in the last 3 months of the year. So don't, I know for me personally, I struggled with a lot of, well, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, this didn't happen. And I really had to get myself out of that, what the big picture for 2017 was supposed to look like, and really celebrate the small gains that I made, especially spiritually and emotionally. This was a very awakening. If I didn't think I could awaken anymore, I went to another level in my spiritual awakening, and it really inspired me to look at things from a different way. And I just had a conversation with one of my clients about change of perspective. And sometimes we have to flip the lens on life to see things from a different angle. And the angels also brought to me perseverance. This is where the rubber meets the road. When shit, I'm going to cuss right there. When shit starts rationing up and you start feeling like, oh my God, you have to really get rooted in yourself and persevere. Not to say that you can't, again, seek those resources and take care of yourself, but it's about perseverance to not where you're suffering. It's perseverance in a calm and balancing and soothing manner. So don't feel like you have to do it by yourself, but perseverance, we really have to continue to have that trust and faith and persevere in this trying time, because we are going to be successful. I want to encourage you, to let you know you are going to get there. Don't feel like, you know, it has to come a certain way. Universe, God is so magnificent that it will come in swiftly that you're like, it manifests it. We have to get out of the box. Yeah, we have to be specific as what we're looking for and we're striving for, but don't get hung up on actually how it's going to come to you, how it's going to manifest to you. Be open to the possibilities of anything can happen. Just anything can happen. I can meet that person just standing in line at Starbucks, on a flight to Jamaica, in the car wash line, at, you know, your grocery store. You can bump into that person that you've been looking for all this time. It doesn't have to be in the club, you know, or you're hanging out at a party and you're just like, I'm ready to go. And you might be in a coat check line or something. And there he is. There she is. Be open. Don't be like, oh, he's got to come to me with 12,000 roses, or she's got to come to me looking like this, that, and other. She might have her hair wrapped up in a little scarf, but she's looking cute, and you accidentally bump into her and y'all start having a nice conversation. You never know. Don't be so put off that you're like, oh, they got to come correct in this exact manner. Yes, you have to be open to what you were looking for in a mate, but don't dictate how. That's the part that I want to just let you be mindful of. I'm going to get off my soapbox about that. Money. Don't be so, oh, money's got to come this, and that. Money circulates to you all the time. My friend Papa Lou always says, be open to money. We circulate money daily. I circulate money daily. It comes to me in various manners. Say that. Don't be, oh, well, such and such going to write me $1 zillion check. Okay. They might not. You might get 5,000 here, 6,000 here, 10,000 here. Be open to it coming in a bucket in different diversified ways and manners. Don't be like, oh, it's got to come one specific way, because then you're beating yourself up like, why the hell didn't it come this way when God's been trying to send it to you 2 or 3 different people? Be open. Be open to the possibilities and celebrate the small gains that you have made in 2017, and be prepared for even more happening in October, November, December. Don't say give up and be like, this year was a fucking wash. It ain't no wash yet. We haven't gotten to December the 31st, 2017. And even with that, if it still hasn't come to be, just be grateful that you made it to see the end of another year. That's a celebration in itself, because not everybody is going to be able to see December 31st or January January 1st of 2018. So don't go there. You might miss your blessings again. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. The first week of October, we're going to have the full moon come in on the 5th. And so the first week, we're going to have a lot of stuff coming to us that's, again, we're going to be downloading new insights on our goals and stuff that we've been working on, as well as taking out the trash when it comes energetically to us. So be prepared for a lot of stuff coming to the surface. Be prepared. Have a notebook beside you at all times, especially at nighttime or if you take a nap, because the angels are going to be speaking to us big time this week. So be prepared. Let's see what else. Be careful also. Be careful and mindful of trying to do a lot at once. Allow it to come to you and see. Just let it flow to you. Don't automatically start pouncing. Gather all of the information first before you go forward. You know, we're in that harvest season, so gather all your information. Do a little research. You don't have to go immediately unless your spirit and the angels and your ancestors are saying act on it now. If you still need some more information, be patient and get that information. You can dabble and dip into it. You don't have to go full gun-ho on it. We are going through this journey of life and it's all unique. So again, be prepared for things changing and shifting. Don't be like, okay, it's got to be this way or that way. Be flexible. That balance, that Libra scale balance. Let that balance come in to where you are allowing things to come and manifest in your life in different ways. During the second week of this month, I want you to, I'm trying to get the words right. I want you to be conscious of how you're spending your energy and doing your goals and being aware of it. Don't just be giving your energy freely out to everyone. Make sure that it's a good energy exchange. That comes from work, relationships, just even for yourself. Self-care, everything you don't have to join in on everything. You don't have to participate in everything too. Be careful because you may go down a rabbit hole with somebody and you are putting your plans on hold to go down this rabbit hole. Make sure that it is aligning with what you want to do for your life. Don't be spinning your wheels just to be spinning them. Be careful, be mindful of that. Let yourself do what is really in your highest good and be okay with saying no. Say, we might have to reschedule. Don't do it out of spite or you're just being lazy. Or introverted. Us introverts can be like, nah. But if it's really you, don't say no just so you can pussyfoot around. Be active. Don't just be pussyfooting around. I like saying pussyfoot. That's one of my favorite words. Watch your feelings also. Being overzealous is okay, but take the time to really check in and make sure that it, again, is for your highest good. And don't, you don't have to outbid yourself or oversell yourself. Your work speaks for itself. If you're a self-employed person, or even if you're working for somebody else, be confident that your work speaks for itself. Don't be outbidding yourself and saying, oh, I deserve a gazillion dollars because money is tight, or I see somebody else out there. Stay in your lane. It's okay to stay in your lane because the flow is going to come to you and you're going to be deserving of it. Don't try to get out there and be big baller and then you're like, and it falls flat. You know, that's for the second and the third week of this month. The week of the 16th. I'm so sorry, y'all. Trust yourself and your emotions the week of the 16th. You're still working on some high levels because we are going to be going to the new moon in Libra on the 19th of the month. And that's where we're going to be having a spotlight put on us. So making sure that you are looking after yourself and being mindful of your emotions, the spotlight will be on you and you'll be showcased in that overzealousness that you were trying to put out. You won't have to because people will really see the authentic you. You'll be creating some balance and just and financially positive goals at this time. So make sure that you use that Libra new moon to set those, especially around money. Spirit is saying, make sure you setting some good financial goals, especially budgeting and watching your money, because I feel like, through November, December, we're going to kind of be in a lull. People are really going to be hunkered down this winter, really getting shit done on a personal level. They're going to be spending a little bit, but not a lot. So those of us that are solo, work for ourselves, really try to get a lot of your work done in October and November, getting clients in and doing that stuff, because when we get to late November into December, we're into a Mercury retrograde. So people's mind is going to be all over the place. It's holiday season, so they're really going to be like flustered, and so they're not going to be able to really focus on what you're putting out there. So really start teasing shit now and putting it out. Make sure that you are really promoting yourself at the end of October and in early November, and making sure your deals and sales or anything like that is locked in. You have it out there. You're promoting it a lot in November heavily. And I would say by the 4th of December, shut it down. That's the end of it. And, you're just coasting into December and into January. And as we get out of the Mercury retrograde and we start the new year off in a full moon, stuff will be, highlighted for you to be able to see how to really manage 2018. I'm not one that's big on setting New Year intentions. I work with the zodiac more than the actual calendar January. So we have really until March of 2018 to get into the flow of 2018. So don't be pressured even in January, February to get yourself we're going to be finding our balance. I always look to January, February to find our balance in and out the energies of 2017. And then once we get into the Aries new moon, that's when the 2018 energies really take into play. And that's going to be a lot of abundance, more lighter balance feel, because we're being a 2-year versus a 1. So we'll have balance. We'll be more cooperative. We'll be more in a harmonious way, but we'll get to that later. This is only October, but just a little tease there. Spirit wanted me to share with you guys. The week of the 23rd, we get into Scorpio season. I am kind of like a Scorpio homer because Scorpio is my rising sign. If you don't know, we have our birth chart, and so we have a lot of planets that represent a lot of things. And so I'm big into recognizing what I call the big holy trinity, which is your sun, your moon, and your ascendant or your rising sign. And so if you want a little more insight in that, send me an email and I can get you the website so you can look at yours and understand it. So with me having Scorpio rising, that is where I can be seen. And then sometimes I'm being seen mysteriously. And so I have to really work on that, because our rising sign is how people actually see you when you first meet each other. And then they get to see the independent you and who you really are in your sun sign. So I'm a Pisces, if you want to, I'm a Pisces, sun, and rising is Scorpio, like I said, and my moon is in the balanced, lovely sign of Taurus. But as we work into Scorpio season, we will have more disillusion, because again, Scorpio is a sign of illusions, mysterious, the unknown, the risky. Scorpios can be kind of feisty too. The death and rebirth. So some things may be dying out and some things of you may be coming back or regenerating in you. So we will be more intuitive, empathic. We will be able to hear from spirit, hear from our angels, hear from our ancestors, because that veil is really clear in tune during the water sign season. So Scorpio is a water sign. So continue to have your notebook by ready to take those notes. Just go out It'll be still in some areas still warm, but even if the weather starts to cool off, you can still get out or even sit at the window and look out and get that vitamin D and get that sun in and really just take in the energy of the sun and just be grateful for it. As we close out the month, it will be more business as usual. Like I said, really promoting yourself, promoting your work if you're a solo entrepreneur. If you working for a business, and promote yourself. Look for some, bonus to come your way. Don't be so scared to say, hey, look at my work, especially around that new moon. Set that intention and say, hey, boss, look at my work. See how I am doing. Can I get a couple dollars my way? And you should get some favorable answers, because it's going to be good for us to really put ourselves out there and say, hey, look at me. And lastly, what Spirit wanted me to let you guys know when I was writing down my notes is take care of that inner child and have fun. Some people, I wasn't raised on having that Halloweenish type atmosphere. So fall is always like, but now I'm starting to really like fall and I don't like the change of weather because I'm a heat girl, but I like the fun and the folly of fall. I like the carefreeness that fall brings. This, excitement of, hanging out and, drinking cider, drinking hot tea, and just going out into the barn fires and stuff like that. So if the opportunity presents itself, which it will, and like I say, don't pussyfoot around, but I would say go out and celebrate that inner child. Go to have a hayride. Do one or two things that's really fun. You can find some cheap things that doesn't stretch your budget too much to where you can go out and have that fun and let that inner child glow and flow, because a lot of us, get stuck in this go, back to, it needs to look this way and that way. And we miss out on having fun. And so we're just like, why is stuff not happening? Why aren't you having a little fun? Be creative. My mom, who's 65 years old, went to a paint and sip last week. And I was like, what, girl? And she had a good time. So just allowing yourself to have that fun, good time is really important. And so Spirit wanted me to make sure before I close out to put out there, have fun, let your inner child glow and have a good time. That's it. I am finished babbling. I enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, send me an email, melinda@melindargram.com. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at MRGRAHAMCO. And I will be posting, I'm going to pull some cards for, I'm not sure if it's going to be for the full moon or if it's just going to be October. I think I'm going to pull cards for the full moon this upcoming week, the first week of October, and post it on Instagram. So please follow me on Instagram so you can see your sign and see what the universe has to say to you. And if you want a personalized reading with me, definitely hit me up. I am here to help you, bring you some clarity. I do coaching as well. So with my coaching, we do reading, and then we go into setting your going to those goals and seeing what it is that you really want to do. And I give you some tips, some tools, and we do some rituals. We get some work done, and we also heal as well. So if you really are serious about having a great 2017, making 2018 fantastic, then hit me up and we can get started. And until next time, be blessed.